Hello everyone. Today the topic of my discussion is ELISA. ELISA is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. So the use of ELISA is to detect the presence of antigen or antibody in a sample. Now we come to the type of ELISA. The ELISA technique can be performed in three ways. So the naming is also different. The first type of ELISA is indirect ELISA. The second type is competitive ELISA and the third one is sandwich ELISA. So let's look into the individual techniques, how the techniques differ from one another. The first one is indirect ELISA. So indirect ELISA, the technique is that we take a plate, which is a specialized plate called the 96 well plate or a microtiter plate. So this is a microtiter plate. This is a microtiter plate and it contains 96 wells. So this microtiter plate or the 96 well plate is first coated with antigen. So what we add first? We first add the antigen in these microtiter wells. So first antigen is added. Antigen is coated with the well is coated with antigen, and now we add antibodies specific for the antigen. So first we coat the microtiter well with antigen and now we add antibody against the antigen. So antibody is added and this antibody is coming from the serum. So the serum we want to test, this is basically the sample. The sample containing antibody is added in this well. So what will happen? The antibody is specific for the antigen, right? So that antibody will react with the antigen and form a complex. We add antibody to it and the antigen antibody will form a complex. And now we wash the excess antibodies out. So any free antibody that will not react with the antigen will be washed away when we are washing the plate, and the antibodies that actually react with the antigen will be not washed away. So this is the case. Washing is performed. So washing is done and now we add an enzyme conjugated secondary antibody. So this was the primary antibody. Primary means the antibody we are adding first. Now we add a secondary antibody which contains an enzyme linked with the Fc part of the antibody. So this is a secondary antibody and it contains an enzyme. Right. The antigen is coated with the well and the primary antibody will be bound like this. The primary antibody will be bound with the antigen like this, and now the secondary antibody, when we are adding it, this secondary antibody will bind to the primary antibody. Secondary antibody has specificity for the Fc part of the primary antibody. So the secondary antibody will bind with the primary antibody. So a complex will also form in this case also. And now we again perform the washing step so that any excess or unbound secondary antibody is washed away. So finally the reaction plate contains a complex. Let's look the structure of the complex. Among the 96 well plate, we consider only a single well. So this antigen is first coated with the microtiter well or the well present over here. So antigen is present. Now we add primary antibody. So primary antibody will bind with the antigen. Now we add enzyme conjugated secondary antibody. So this secondary antibody will bind like this. So the final structure is like this. And now as the secondary antibody contains an enzyme linked with it, so we should add the substrate to the enzyme, right? And the substrate in this case is a chromogenic substrate, which means the substrate is a chromogen. The substrate is a chromogen, which means that when the enzyme reacts with the substrate, it will produce a color, right? So a color will be produced and this color is now measured. We can measure the color by spectrophotometry or by measuring the absorbance. So the absorbance is measured now. The absorbance, by measuring the absorbance, we can see the whether the antibody present in the sample is actually the antibody to that antigen or not. So by this method we can perform different diagnostic tests, as we do in the detection of dengue virus or like that. There are several examples. So this is the basic principle of this ELISA technique.